This week, we're talking about the Portmore plot, how the JLP got caught trying to hack the Constitution. So, the JLP passes a law, ignores expert warnings, gets dragged to court, loses, and calls it a win. That's like breaking into a house, tripping the alarm, and saying, "See, I was only testing the security system." This is The Breakdown. I'm Nikisha Burchell, and today we're talking about the Portmore Parish disaster, how the JLP tried to cheat the Constitution, how the court stopped them, and how the PNP had to step in to clean up the mess. Let's jump right into it. So this is like the rush job no one ordered, right? The JLP's plan was simple. They were going to rush the Portmore Parish law through Parliament before anyone could have asked a who. Never mind, the Electoral Commission of Jamaica sent a letter, not a vibe check, not a blog post, not a tweet, a formal letter way back in June 2024 saying, "Hey guys, if you do this now, you'll violate constitutional rules around constituency boundaries." You'd think that kind of warning would slow them down, don't? Nope, not these guys. Instead, they passed the Counties and Parishes Amendment Act through both houses, the upper house and the lower house. They ignored the ECJ, they skipped public consultation and tried to bully the PNP. So what happened next? The bill passed. Yep. The Governor General gave his assent and the government went full speed ahead. They gazetted it and even told the ECJ that Portmore was now officially a new parish and they should just get on with the business of preparing the voters list for this new parish. Yes, you heard that right. All right, let us be clear. This wasn't a little misunderstanding. This was a full-blown constitutional ambush. The court steps in and called a constitutional timeout. What did the PNP do? We took it to the court. And the court said exactly what we already knew. The judge issued an injunction, then forced the government to give an unequivocal undertaking, that is, a legal promise, not to bring the law into effect until they follow Section 67 of the Constitution. So basically, the court said, stop, go back, learn the rules, and try again. Next election cycle. That means no implementation of the law, no new boundaries, no Portmore as a parish until the ECJ carries out a proper review. And guess what? That review can't legally happen until February 2026, according to former ECJ chair, Professor Errol Miller. So the court didn't side with the JLP. The court restrained them. They had to give a formal undertaking, a legal pinky promise that they wouldn't act unless the Constitution is followed to the T. And if they want to reverse that promise, they need to give 30 days written notice to the PNP. Now, here comes the fun part. The JLP spin machine. Alonda Terrelong says it's a win for Portmore. I agree, just not for the JLP. The only reason this law can't take effect today is because the PNP went to court. That's not a win for the JLP. That's a save for the Constitution led by the People's National Party. Now, if this were a one-time thing, we might call it a mistake. But this government, they collect court losses like they are champs. They have a habit of fighting the Constitution and losing badly, repeatedly, bigly. Let's run the receipts. States of emergency, unconstitutional twice. NIDS bill, struck down by the court. Citizen wrongfully detained under the state of emergency, He sued the government and he won bigly. The same government tried to put the Chief Justice on probation. That was reversed. They worked overtime to extend the tenure of their chosen DPP all the way to the appeals court. This same Prime Minister and government gave pre-signed resignation letters for JLP senators, totally illegal and slapped by the court. They delayed local government elections by a full term and only called it after we threatened legal action. This isn't a government following the law. This is a government that waits to be caught. A government that thinks the Constitution is optional, that believes process is for other people, not for them. But don't let them rebrand a blunder. This isn't about Portmore's worthiness. It is about the rule of law, your Constitution. The JLP tried to push through a change that affects how Jamaicans vote. Without respecting the Constitution, the ECJ or you, the people. So the next time they tell you, hey, we won, tell them the court disagrees. This is The Breakdown. I'm Nikisha Birchall, and when it comes to defending the Constitution, we don't spin, we roll with it.
The following is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit.
These orders prevent the Minister of Local Government and any other minister in this administration from naming an effective date for the law, despite its passage through both houses and the assent given by the Governor General. The People's National Party has challenged the desperate attempt by the Oldness administration to manipulate constituency boundaries under the disguise of development in the creation of a parish. This action by the court is an important step in upholding the Constitution and protecting the democratic will of the people of Portmore. The government's unilateral effort to impose parish status without proper consultation or consent from residents is undemocratic and blatant gerrymandering. The People's National Party fully supports the residents and stakeholders of Portmore in their plight for inclusion in matters that concern them and is willing to take all legal steps to ensure that their voices are heard. Portmore's unique local governance structure, which was developed and maintained by its residents since its inception, must not be overridden for political gain. The people of Portmore have long enjoyed governance through a distinct framework, and any change
.jm or check us out on Facebook at Jamaica PNP.